probably up on it's the concert. Now I just want to see what they saying.
For a male contemporary to speak and everyone hears, and you speak and you get interrupted. And I think that comes back to my personal vision, which Neka knows all about. Speaking. I've been talking since I was a kid. People can barely shut me up. My dad was like, she didn't want me to stop speaking. But I started realizing that once we voice ourselves, and it doesn't have to always be words, it can be actions. There's so many great things possible. And I brought up my sisters because we've seen the power of pain. Being the ones that are the first, being the only, being the different, and going through that pain. We always joke Neka, we call her the guinea pig. Because when we started, things were not easy for us with basketball. Alright, we're gonna roast you for a little bit. Our first basketball practice was in the gym, like maybe 20 miles from here. Came in wearing jean shorts. I still remember the jean shorts, y'all.
Jean shorts.
We wore a halter top. We had glasses holders, kids. Like back then, only nurses like wore kids with crew socks. That's how we pulled them into the gym.
Such immigrants.
Right?
It's giving roast outside.
It's giving childhood trauma.
I would have been there. I'm like,
right? And we went in there, I'll never forget. Like, we went in there and the girls would take out into Adidas. I know they're here for us. Adidas! You know, I see them, you know, I was like, what's up for Adidas? And I was intimidated. The girls were dribbling with 2 balls. I don't even know if you remember, Neka, what your first shot was. You remember that? I just blocked it out of my head. Neka's first shot did not just go over the backboard, it went over the scoreboard over the backboard. She got muscles though, you know what I'm saying? She can shoot that thing. But the reality was, Neka stayed in the gym and I went to the bathroom with him. And I sat there. Because I was like, I only like to do things that I'm good at. That's why I play bowl, that's why I play video games. But Neka stood out there and stayed. And she spent that whole first year teaching me everything she knew. So after she put a basketball practice, maybe it was like from 6 to 8. The next weekend we'd come home and back home, you know, not too far from here in Spring, Texas. We'd go to the driveway and Neka would play with us. 3 sisters versus 1, and she'd teach us everything she knew. That's how I learned the game of basketball. People used to make fun of her when she played. People used to make fun of us when we go out there together. Oftentimes we'd be the only black girls out there.
WNBA players.
But that didn't stop her. We had parents that believed in us, and she taught me everything she knew, and that transformed our lives. There was a pain that she went through to be that person, but that pain pushed through so many other people. And so I think when you think about the next generation, I immediately go to sisterhood, because there's this unwritten rule of women have to go through pain, have to go through trauma, because they are the framework that holds our communities together. Not to say you guys don't hold it down too. I'm not but my guys are too. But the reality is that for the next generation, it will take sacrifice. It will take us not seeing necessarily it's for our living. When it comes to basketball, we talk a lot about legacy. We play not because we're making all the money we want, even though the money is better nowadays to her. Yeah. But we play because we know this thing has worth. We got someone, we need them players consistently. But we play because of legacy. We play because we know that the next generation will have to suffer the way we did, and will benefit and be able to realize that they're in an equitable system where all they have to do is have a passion. They don't have to have silence. You know what I mean? And so that's why I envision, you know, we're doing the work that they'll benefit from, but that's allowing them to actualize dreams that we never had. And that comes back to service, that comes back to being a vessel, and I learned everything from my sister.
I was just saying that about making the sacrifices for the new generation.
People think it's a compliment when they call you a pioneer, or when they say things like, you're ahead of your time. Like, it's real lonely to be a pioneer.
Sure is.
It's real lonely to be ahead. You know what it means to be ahead of your time? That means you're not in time.
Right, way before.
Ahead of time, everybody in time don't understand you.
Yep.
You have to explain the things you already know. because you're such a pioneer, and it sounds good. It's great when it works, but when you're in the middle of it,
Who talking?
that's not sexy. That's nah. Hey, fuck the Red Sea. It sounds great with us looking at the miracle now, but try to walk in on that joke with Pharaoh and them right behind you. Like,
Exactly.
let's skip that. Let's go back to being slaves. Like,
I can see
sounds good. And I don't think people really give
That's a fact.
understanding, even when they're saying those things, even when they're witnessing that, like the pain, the first cut is the deepest.
It sure is.
For a lot of people who hear, go hear, receive from the diaspora, from African Americans, they took the first cut so that we could be.
And so it's like when you ask, so what does it look like? What's the carry on? And do it different way and then will for generations to come, legacy. When I was looking at the camera, I realized, hey, I got part in a few of y'all inceptions of things. So right down the street, I played elementary basketball against the Neka. All 4 years.
Can you see the person?
All 4
Can you
years.
see?
What's up? She said, hey, one time we lost by 7 and it feel like we won. We was okay, we only lost by 7, what's up? Oh, this is you play. Okay, good. And you know, when you have an opponent, like they just your opponent, they don't have no heart, they don't have no soul, you know what I'm saying? They borderline evil, like you just. I remember when I first started seeing your sisters come behind you, and I was an older sibling, and that's really what first gave me respect for you. I was like, oh, she not just out here whooping for herself, she out here whooping for her family, and that really gave me like just a respect for you and a champion. Also, now you know what I'm saying, when you go on the Wednesday, and when and when you go on to the league and you go on to push brothers, I just say be like, yes, and you ask what it look like. Sometimes it just look like standing and saying, yes. Hey, you know what I'm saying? First Olympics, you know what I'm saying? Bobsleigh team. Hey, I got to make the beat to that whole situation. And so sometimes it look like living your talent. You know, and then sometimes it look like just showing up. My girl got her HBO comedy special. I had to find a babysitter. I had to figure it out. But I'm just gonna show up and say, hey, we here. We here with you. We here with you. So what it look like sometimes you want a champion to be a big pioneer and all of these things. And sometimes just as another woman who also produced, I'm just gonna show up and cheer on the other women that I clearly see produce.
To piggyback off of that, you mentioned earlier about how entertainment has, changed the dynamic of what we see to be, the diaspora generation. Being somebody that's in entertainment, and seeing things from music, from arts and visuals, like the Hollywood. How do you feel like that narrative? Because you think the white people are just clamoring for African content? You think I just walk in the studio and be like, I don't like, yeah, here's a pitch. They're like, you can't wait. But then the comments are just like, it's convenient for her to be African. It's never been convenient, guys. It's never. But as big as Afro reasons, it's not convenient. the numbers. Can you please see us continually? It's not a fad. It's not a phase. We are here to stay. Here's why it's successful. I have been fortunate that because I've been consistent in how I want to show up, who I want to represent, that I can go and say, hey, I got this idea that she was special, but I mean, 7 years ago, my parents didn't know what I was doing. They were like, be a business. When your parents didn't say she was never amazing. And I was like, man, 7 years ago, what I was trying to do was so important to them. I want to go back to my grandfather's village. Not Vegas, because that's cute, that's sexy. When we landed, they go, you have to take a look out the way. And then take a bus to Iya. And they were like, have we ever done special in Nigeria? We haven't. Okay, what will this cost? Okay, let's try it. It'll be different. And it's like that was a network that desired an authentic representation that they know they couldn't. But that didn't just start with me one day, like, let's go to Nigeria, sir. Like, this is who I am. I need you all to see me. I need you all to see that there are nations of people behind me. And then they get their money. Then they get their efforts. I was like on the billboard. I want to like have this like the African cheer like that's been my grandmother's like boba, and I want to like be an opera. Like that's normal. Okay, you know what I mean? But it's like the specificity of that. And it when I was young again, going back to that pioneering thing, it's like I think I felt like maybe a younger one that so we became. I never forget when people won the Oscar, and I was still poor. In my apartment, and then my mom goes, "Oh, Fred, I want this."
Huh? Okay, wait, fine.
But it made the most sense to my mom because of representation. She saw somebody that she didn't be like, okay, maybe this need say you want to do possible. It is always so you